Welcome back. So we've built an automation that grabs social media posts, identifies the urgency level, and then writes those to Google Sheets. Now, let's actually do something with this. Let's actually create something that is useful to the team. In this case, let's imagine that we want to send high urgency posts to the team so they can respond to customers faster. Now, to do that, well, we need to go ahead and just identify those messages, those posts that are high urgency, and send them to Slack. We want to filter down to the posts that are urgency equal high. So we're going to use the filter node. We're going to go ahead and grab that. And what we want to filter are the outputs of our categorizer. And the things we want to send through to future nodes, to the next nodes, are what's coming from our Twitter posts, the different information from there. So I want to filter on my category. What do I want to filter? I want to grab those that contain urgency high. So now we filter down those, and the things I want to output are the corresponding posts. So I want the post author to be sent forward. The next input, I want the content. And then finally, I want the URL. Now, all of those are going to go into a Slack message. Let's go ahead and run and see what happens. What is the output? So we're grabbing the posts. We're identifying an urgency level. We're writing those to Google Sheets, and then we're filtering. So if I go over to our urgency level, we see we have one post out of 3. Now note we have fewer posts because it's a little bit in the future. So the 12-hour time frame has reduced the number of posts. And if we go over to our filter, we see that we have one post that was identified as high. This one right here, that is a user asking for our support online. So this is what we want to go ahead and send to Slack. So let's go ahead and add a Slack sender node, message sender. Let's grab the output of the filter. That is what we want to include in our message. So let me zoom in here and let's say new urgent message from. Let's grab that, the author. We know that is output 1. Then I'm going to use some Slack formatting to make it look nice, make it into a quote and then a text block. So this is the message itself. That's output 2 coming from the filter node. And then finally, always include in emoji, link to message to respond. So let's grab the URL. That's what we want there. And then the channel that we want right here is moderation, like that. So if we run this, it should output 1 message in Slack. If we had 5 urgent posts, it would output 5 messages. There we go. And if we look in Slack, we see our message that the team can respond to. So now we're grabbing posts, we're identifying the urgency, we're filtering down those that are urgent, and then sending those to Slack while still writing to Google Sheet to create that database. So now we have a much more useful and important flow here, and we're actually automating moderation on social media. In the next lesson, what we're going to go ahead and do is put this on a timer and then think about errors. How do we make sure that what happens if we don't have a message? What happens if we don't have any high urgency message? Making sure that this flow is resilient. And then finally, I'll show you another thing that you can do with this flow, creating reports around social media. So I'll see you in the next lesson.